these things they do from within, the kidnappings is all part of it where they raise funds. And then externally, we have external people that equally support them. The issue of Ipob. There's a lot of funding that comes in there.
CDS.
Yes.
Are you worried? Because you know an operation,
of course,
you have
definitely.
a special operation on the sit-at-home Ipob situation in the southeast.
Yes.
But some of the elements and the leaders of these groups are outside of the country.
Yes. We have repeatedly complained about the issue of Ekpa. He is in Finland. The Finnish government are giving him all the support, and he's doing what he's doing. Comments he's making, people are being killed, and nothing is being done. And this is democracy. If the European Union is the one supporting democracy, and this is happening, and they're not taking action, then they don't mean well for Nigeria.
You have made history today. By the power conferred on me as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile.
Right now, there are mixed reactions as a result of the report that is trending, and it is that of the arrest of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, a self-proclaimed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, in the absence of the founder or co-founder of the group, Nnamdi, Kanu, who was extraordinary, let's just say extradited in a covert operation conducted by the Nigerian government with the Kenya government. You might, of course, you might have been updated about what happened, what transpired some couple of years ago. Nnamdi Kanu left the comfort where he has been sort of saved from being extradited, or the extraordinary rendition that got that occurred in Kenya. He left, he came to Kenya, maybe for a meeting, but what we heard is that he was tricked by a woman and money. I don't know how true these things are. And some even had castigated, was putting on Fendi, flying first class, and a lot of talk here and there. They said, oh, he's fleecing IPOB members. Anyway, that is not what is important right now. There is a troubling news, very much troubling, and it is that of the arrest of Simon Ekpa. We do not know what will become of this at the end of the day, and you will be shocked at some of the details. Like I said, it is a developing story. It's a developing story because it is proceeding from this point to the next point. So let me bring you guys up to speed. A Finland district court in Lahti on Thursday, which is 21st of November 2024, ordered the imprisonment, or let's use the word remand, of Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, on probable cause for public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent in Nigeria. Ekpa was accused of using social media platforms to spread separatist propaganda linked to Ipob, a group advocating for the secession of the southeastern part of Nigeria. Now, the court in Finland alleges that the offense dates back to August 23, 2021. I brought you guys that story back then. Finland authorities have also investigated Ekpa in the past for alleged financial crimes, including the collection of funds through questionable means. As you all know, people donate to the IPOB cause. So money might be flowing back and forth from certain sources that cannot be explained. And also, don't forget that such could also be used as a means, a form of money laundering. Do not forget that whenever there is something to do for good, you always find people that will say, hey, look, I want to move this X and Y millions from here to this place. Can we use this? So countries like Finland, they want to investigate. They want to know why and to what end. The head of the investigation crime commissioner, Otto Iltunen of the Central Criminal Police, stated the police suspect that the man has promoted his efforts from Finland with means that have led to violence against civilians and authorities, as well as other crimes in the region of southeastern Nigeria. The man has carried out this activity, amongst other things, on his social media channels. However, the remaining 4 suspects accused of financing terrorism are believed to have committed the crime in August 2022, also in Lati. These individuals who are of foreign background were born in the 1960s and 1970s. Helsinki Sanomat HS reports that 5 suspects were arrested during the first week of the investigation, with police highlighting international cooperation among the preliminary phase. It was previously reported that authorities suspect Simon Ekpa of being involved in the crime of collecting money unlawfully. In February 2023, Ekpa was arrested in a private apartment in Lati. Ekpa was released later the same evening after being questioned. This is how things are done in countries where things work. They left him to observe and to study. They took time to gather evidence. Of course, the Nigerian government was also putting pressure, particularly the military, showing evidence. And there's also something worth talking about here. Not all IPOB members, now I'm being specific, as a movement or a group, are in support of Simon Ekpa. When Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily rendited back to Nigeria, and with the kangaroo court system, where the court had ordered them to release him and they refused, well, the Nigerian government is citing certain reference to what he did in the past. It said back then he was released on bail and he was not obeying the terms and conditions of his bail. Now, his own lawyer is saying that this is not true, that it is the Nigerian government that acted unlawfully. Now, some members of IPOB believe that with all that is coming through Simon Ekpa down to the southeast of Nigeria, which they believe is not even affecting the Nigerian government, apart from their own people who are being taken out, snuffed out by command coming from Simon Ekpa, stating that some people must RIP for certain people to leave, and that he has already sorted himself. You are the ones I'm working for. You are the ones I'm trying to save. So some of them cannot understand why they have to RIP and still be saved. They don't get it. He kept on talking in a way and manner that felt uncomfortable to some people. And I will tell you guys the truth. This is the same rhetoric of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Back then, he has his own family abroad. He also lives abroad, apart from his father and mother that passed away in a terrible manner. I mean, maybe they were so kind of depressed, or they had some health issues because of the movement that Nnamdi Kanu got himself into. Well, they passed away. It's a terrible, terrible thing. So this rhetoric is part of the reasons why the United Kingdom cannot even fight on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, although they have a law that if you have dual citizenship and one country that you belong to holds you for certain, in quote, and of course we know that the United Kingdom was not going to help Nnamdi Kanu secede Biafra or the southeast from Nigeria. It's not possible because they are the foundation of it. That is not even something for us to discuss about. So Nnamdi Kanu has also talked about that some people will have to RIP. But the thing that didn't sit down with some people, although when Nnamdi Kanu started this, it felt good to a lot of people because they saw SH0CK not really into this anymore. And they felt like, oh, he's a saboteur. Back then, the words such as saboteur reigned supreme. Saboteur. Now, Nnamdi Kanu lives abroad. Simon Ekpa lives abroad. They have their family there. Who is going to bail the cat? That's where the problem is. Who is ready to sacrifice? That's where the problem is. So geographical location has already done it, right? Certain people like Nigeria in the southeast that are passionate about this secession, cutting off from Nigeria, they will have to do the work, whilst those that are in diaspora will coordinate this secession. That's simply what it became. Now, Simon Ekpa went on the same tirade, continued on it, and he pressed harder. He wanted to show how strong and how powerful he is and how he could command audience to respond to his whims and caprice. Now, They have the DOS, which is basically a committee created by Nnamdi Kanu should, whatever it is, like what happened to him happened. This group will be able to manage the movement. But the DOS were unable because they had internal crisis too. Some people were not happy. They said that they came up with the idea of IPOB until Nnamdi Kanu jumped on it, although that talk is internal and it made it his own. So they had their own internal crisis. So they had that issue. Now with Mr. Simon Ekpa coming into it, screaming and asking for key to Radio Biafra and also wanting to be the voice, they were not happy. They were not happy about it. They got upset and he decided to create the ghost mode. He created this and he said there is no leader. Everyone is just doing what they need to do. But eventually, he declared himself the leader of the group, or let us say of Biafra in the diaspora. He gathered support sort of, and he became what he is. Now, some people are not still happy because they felt that with this, their own leader, those that are still loyalists to Nnamdi Kanu, they felt Nnamdi Kanu will have a tough time coming out of prison if Simon Ekpa continues with this. Now, Simon Ekpa is a member of some local party, the National Coalition Party in Finland, a Finnish party. They're also looking at cutting him off or not. I am not happy at all, and a lot of people are not happy with what is going on presently. Simon Ekpa describes himself as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE. Of course, he has to occupy a position, and he has done so. He has been arrested, like I said, and he has been detained in Finland of charges of alleged terrorist activities. And the court, like I said at the beginning, they said that Simon Ekpa is spreading propaganda, and this they will not tolerate. It's a serious issue. Now, the Nigerian government is saying that Simon Ekpa will be deported or extradited down to Nigeria. That's their take on this matter. They say they are working hand in hand. They've been working hand in hand with the Finnish government, and the Finnish government have been cooperative, and that Simon Ekpa will be brought into Nigeria to face criminal charges. What are your thoughts about this? Drop your comments.